アニゲーミングこうよアニよ楽しい冒険スタートだ
Welcome everyone to oldtacosandgeeks.com. Justin here, back with Annie Gaming episode 23. My friends, we have one more episode left before we say bye-bye to Annie Gaming. It will return in the fall, but my friends, we are going to be talking about an anime game that it's okay. But the anime itself is hailed as one of the greatest animes of all time, one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. I'm talking no other than Cowboy Bebop. And this game was released exclusively in Japan August 25th, 2005. Cowboy Bebop Serenade and Reminisce was a narrative driven action adventure game developed by BEC and published by Bandai for your PlayStation 2. This arrived years after the anime's 1998 debut and remains a underplayed but messy gem in the Bebop legacy. This is set between episodes 22 and 23 of the anime, and the game offers a standalone tale that ties into the existential themes and unresolved past that define Cowboy Bebop. You play as Spike, Jet, Faye, and get assistance from Ed, and respond to a bounty from a dangerous hacker named Melody, who may hold information linked to a notorious criminal organization. But things get complicated when Spikes encounters a woman named Electra, a mysterious figure with ties to his past in the Syndicate. Meanwhile, Faye digs into her own fragment memory, and Jet grows suspicious of who really hired him. The game dives deep into the themes of memory, identity, and regret, and playing like a lost episode of the anime, you get to explore character-specific subplots, including Spike's unresolved trauma with Julia and the Syndicate, and Faye's amnesia and longing for truth. It's not a canon alternating story, but it fits the thematic that you expect from a Cowboy Bebop game. It does have some emotional depth, surprisingly, for this particular game within the Bebop timeline, echoing that noir theme and tone of the show. So that's the overview of the story without spoiling it, just in case you want to go play it. But let's talk about the gameplay. Whew, boy, this played a little bit of a disappointment. So the gameplay is split into you get to play as three characters: Spike, Jet, Faye. Spike's missions are more of the third person action hand to hand combat with some shooting mechanics. And this shooting mechanics, I have to say, is so brutal. I do not know why in the world they would make the controls reversed. For example, down to aim down on you have to use your right analog stick. Down is up, up is down. No reason whatsoever for any shooter to have reverse controls like this. It is so difficult to target. It's so difficult to aim. They have hand-to-hand combat where Spike is able to button mash and you can take out enemies. You can even grab your enemies and hit them on the back. But even the combat controls are clunky and it's just not. Unfortunately, it's not that fun to play. Jet, on the other hand, focuses on puzzle solving and he plays more like a detective and he's expecting environments and integrating NPCs and accessing terminal logs. And Faye, she also has a little bit of stealth, but she also has some gunfighting sequences as well. And like I said, the combat is ambitious, but it's so uneven. Spike's combat just lacks that refinement, and Jet's sleuthing can drag from time to time, if not being a slow burn. And then my friends, there are cut scenes galore, especially getting through the first part of the game. I can't. I love Ed. I love Ed. We all love Ed. I don't think there's anyone who has ever watched Cowboy Bebop that's an Ed hater. I don't think anyone hates Ed. This game will make you annoyed with Ed. Not hate Ed, but annoyed with Ed just because of the amount, especially in the beginning when you're learning the controls. And yes, it does kind of serve as a tutorial for the first chapter, but Ed just constantly interrupts you with information, and it's just like I just want to get to the game, Ed. Just Please shut it up. But control wise, it's such a disappointment because we there's another Cowboy Bebop game that I will cover for the next edition of um anime gaming back in the fall, where it's a PlayStation 1. It's kind of like this rail type of shooter. That was, I believe, that was also exclusive to Japan and Europe only. But this particular game, the controls brought this thing down so much because graphically it's pretty good. It's a shell shaded aesthetic and it holds up over time. I mean, it still does. The character models are faithful to the anime designs, expressions with facial expressions, the clothes, the color palette, the anime style cutscenes that work very well. There might be a little bit of a little glitch and hiccups with the environments from time to time, but graphically for a PlayStation 2 era anime game that uses cel shaded graphics, it's not bad. It's pretty damn good. Um, Lastly, the music is the most strongest point of this particular game. Holy God, the music is just a tribute. It does so well of capturing the anime. Such a good job of capturing Yoko's composition, and it fits just as well, just as good as the actual anime. If there's a gaming soundtrack to try to hunt for, and if you love jazz music, I would highly recommend that you check this one out, my friends. This was good. And just to wrap this up, folks, Cowboy Bebop for the PS2, unfortunately, it's not a good game. It really isn't. The controls is what brings it down. It's clunky. The shooting mechanics for Spike are so goddamn frustrating. Why would you have up as down, down as up? Anyway, clunky controls. However, you have a decent story. You have good music. If you want to torture yourself, go find it and try it out for yourself. Me personally, I hate the game. I just could not deal with these controls. It was just too painful. And spoiler alert, we're about to enter the phase full of anime games that are pretty much damn terrible or not that good or don't live up to anime at all. So we're gonna be start looking at some bad anime games, guys. So be prepared. So this is Justin from otakusandgeeks.com, my friends, and this has been another episode of Annie Gaming. If you like what we do here, hopefully we earned your subscription, and if we did, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. See you later, Cowboy. Ooh, messed that up. See you, Space Cowboy. Later days.